And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, and aliens of all races. Um, welcome to another edition of the Level Up Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Where we, give you all the gaming information and all the gaming fun and help you level up your game, in real life and gaming life. I'm working on the catchphrase, okay? It's not there yet. I'm working on it. But of course I got the podcast partner with me, Brooklyn Boss. The game Craver. What's good, Brooklyn Boss,
What
man?
it do? What it do, everybody? Brooklyn Boss in the house, ready to bring you that Level Up podcast. Let's get it popping.
Mm-hmm. And we have a special guest with us today. I've been trying to get him involved for the longest. He's finally here, ladies and gentlemen. The Dreadman, Jay the Dreadman. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, LG? What's going on, Brooklyn Boss? I'm glad to be on the show. Let me chop it up with you guys.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming. I appreciate you, man. I've been following you for a minute, and I'm good, man. I'm excited. I got a special announcement. I want to start this off with a special announcement. Now, y'all remember last time, Brooklyn Boss, we talked with about Hip Hop Gamer, right? And and we talked about one of his videos, right? So I have a later on this evening. There's a possibility I'm gonna be debating with him on another part of this podcast later on this afternoon. What you think, B? What you think? Like I, I
Let's
literally,
go.
I literally got him. We agreed to it. I got it. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully by 5 o'clock by 5 o'clock Central, Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock. So hopefully y'all can come through for that. It's gonna be dope, and then also we'll be having another part of that later on. But anyway, let's get into today's topics. Let's start off with some of the games that have been released over the past couple of weeks. Starting on the Xbox One side, the Quantum Break for Xbox One, and Ratchet and Clank for PS4. Now, Jay, refresh my memory. You have a PS4, correct?
Oh, yes, absolutely. PS4 fan all day.
All day. Okay, appreciate you. I feel you. I just wanted to make sure I got that right. Now, have you had a chance to play the Ratchet and Clank yet?
Not yet, but I've seen a bunch of tutorials and I've seen a bunch of walkthroughs, and so far I'm impressed that they bought a series like this. And so far it didn't disappoint. The average reviews I've seen for it was probably about an 8.5, which is very good. Out of 10. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. If you can, hey Jay, if you can fix your mic a little bit, it's still a little bit of echo, a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, turn the background, the laptop sound down
Yeah,
so
or
that you can hear it through your headphones.
yeah, or have it set go. Yeah, this audio goes straight to your headphones. Or if you have any background noise or something, if you can kind of slow that, lower the background noise of the TV a little bit. I don't know if that's what's going on.
Is it better?
Yeah, there you go. That's
There
perfect.
you go. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. So now now Brooklyn, what do you think of those two games? A lot of people were making noise about these games, both respectively. And now, do you have any of those yet, or can I see some gameplay on your channel?
What
Either
games are
video
those?
of Ratchet and Clank or Quantum Break. You have any of those yet?
Nah, actually, I didn't get the chance to pick up like Quantum Break or Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank, I'm looking to maybe pick up maybe in a week or two. I saw gameplay of Quantum Break, and
Mm-hmm.
it looks for what it does. It looks like a decent game.
Mm-hmm.
I was, like I said, I haven't played it yet, so I don't have much of an opinion on it as far as the gameplay. But I did watch like B Shadow's gameplay of it, a few others, and it's not something that I'm really stressing to really get right out the gate.
Mm.
But that Ratchet and Clank, it looks really cool. A new take on an old school game. It looks real whimsical. So, I think that it has a lot of potential. So I'm
Mm.
going to get that maybe in a week or two.
If I had a PS4, I would get it. I agree because I like the game. I played Ratchet and Clank since PS2 when it first debuted, and I love it. I love the series. I thought the series was hilarious. I thought the storytelling was great storytelling. Visuals for its time were really good. Each stage was done, spectacular. And to see it now in next gen is great. I've looked, like I said, I don't own the PS4. I've seen a lot of gameplay for it though. It looks great. My only minor, it's a minor gripe, and this is kind of actually leading to Jay, your topic here that you have here. It's not necessarily a new story. It's like it's basically a retelling of the story, or more or less it's not a remake in this case. It's more so a retelling, and I kind of wish they would just make it a new story, if you will. So which kind of goes into the topic that Jay had. Now, Jay, what were you talking? Now, give everybody your topic here, and kind of expound on it a little bit.
Basically, I want to talk about video game remakes dominating the industry right now. Because it seems like remakes and reboots are dominating the gaming industry other than just original titles. I mean, that's both a good thing and a bad thing, maybe, because it's a good thing because people who are familiar with the original series, it gives them a chance to see what it's like. But like us, where games who've been gaming for 10 and 15 years and stuff, we think a lot of these gaming a lot of them are running out of ideas, so that's why they're rebooting these. And also, it's just a quick money grab. Like, look at all the games that rebooted from 2010 to now. They rebooted God of War. They rebooted, let's see, what else they rebooted? Resident Evil. They rebooted quite a few games. And there's a ton of games that I still want to see them reboot from past generations. Games like Def Jam, Fight Night. Let's see, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon. I would love to see like old school games to get a modern day reboot.
Okay. Okay, so basically, you think in a way is, for the most part, you're leaning more towards it being a good idea, correct?
Yeah, it's a very good idea.
Okay, Brooklyn, what do you think, man?
No, I agree. I think that there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of room in the gaming industry for new IPs to flourish, especially remakes of IPs that we once played in the past. That with the technology that we have now, we can even create a new or even better experience. So I think that the potential is always good in there.
Okay, I feel it. I feel it. Now, I agree, Jay. I definitely agree with you. It's pretty much agree all around that. It's a good idea to get a reboot because it does give a fresh take, a bit of a fresh look on a on the old classic, and it does it reimagines the game. I like it when it's done right, and we have several instances of games done right. Like The Last of Us was the biggest example on the PlayStation side, but I just don't like it when it's a strict copy and paste. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's exactly the same thing, when it's exactly the same, same everything, the same secrets, the same placement, the same everything. Because to me, then it's not a remake. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a remake. Well, you know what I mean. But to me, it's not. It's just copied. It's just a HD version of
Yeah,
everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I will say, with Ratchet and Clank, for what I've seen so far, it looks like an actual straight up reboot, like an actual decent reboot. And I actually wouldn't mind getting that, or I wouldn't mind at least watching it, from somebody that's doing, you know what I'm saying, that's doing that, if they're gonna put that on their channel. Um, but like if somebody does like a HD remake of, like, for example, Double Dragon, and they got all the enemies in the same place, the exact same. I mean, there's nothing wrong with paying homage to it. You know what I'm saying? But give me something different. Give me something that I can say, okay, well, this is different. Okay, this is new. Like I've said it one time before, where like, for example, Super Mario Brothers. Okay, have a classic mode, where they have the Super Mario level, but have like a remade mode where the secrets may be at a different place. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It give me something to where it gives me something different to look at, and it gives me something that will, I guess, tastefully let me relive my childhood. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
the nostalgia. And I think Some other games I think were done right. Killer Instinct's another one. I harp on
Oh
that one a
yeah,
lot. That's my game. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat,
Um,
most definitely.
Mortal Kombat's another one. Although you're better off getting the XL now. You can't those that I feel bad for those that just got the game and held on to it and just bought the packs when they could have just waited for XL. But
I
but
did. I was
s- say that again.
I said I did. I was one of the smart ones. I didn't get the premium copy when it first released. I had waited to get the downloadable content. I was like, okay, I know what they're gonna do because I bought the last Mortal Kombat game and they did the same thing. So instead of just $dollars out for a new copy, I just bought the original copy for $60 and just waited while the DLC for $24.95.
Okay. Okay. See, I feel it. I feel it. But yeah, if you do it smart, I think you're doing the smart. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So we're gonna keep that in mind. So y'all, be sure to leave your comments below. That's I forgot to mention that before for those that are watching this, whether it's live or archived. If you guys got any comments or anything you guys want to talk about on the next podcast, be sure to leave it below and let us know how we're doing, any ways that we can improve, and we'll definitely take that into consideration. I did forgot to mention that up front. So yeah. Anyway, now today, next thing I want to move on to now for those that are in the game, like have the Xbox, Live and stuff like that, and the PlayStation Plus. Um, we're halfway into the month, and there's a whole lot of new games, no games that are out for free that PlayStation has and Xbox One has. I'm gonna go into the PlayStation side of things now. Brooklyn Boss gave me this list. Thank you so much for giving me this list. You said Dishonored, Aru's Awakening. That's I'm saying it right, right?
Yeah.
Aru.
Yes.
Is that does that have like a picture of a wolf by any
I don't
chance?
know. I never played it, so
Okay.
it's yeah.
I don't. I never heard of that game either. It must be indie. Tower of Guns, which sounds like a tower defense game.
Mhm.
Never Alone. I think I've heard that before. I think that was on. That's an indie game on Xbox. Xbox Store. And Killzone Mercenaries.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So those I don't know. Like besides Dishonored and Killzone Mercenaries, that's nothing really in my personal opinions really sounded like a real keeper to me.
Yeah.
On my end. So do you got any of those games, Brooklyn or Jay? Y'all would y'all be getting any of those or soon or no?
Nah, not me personally. I mean, because it seems I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but it seems like spring is normally a good kind of time of the game. But like when we start creeping the summer, games start to slow down until like September. Then it's when all the new releases come out in the third and fourth quarter.
Okay. So it's funny how you say that. It's funny how you say that. Okay. Because now for the Xbox side, things got real juicy because they had The Wolf Among Us, right? And
Right.
Lords of the Fallen for Xbox One. Xbox 360, they had Borderlands, the first Borderlands, as a free game. Now the other, and that's just the first half. Okay, the second half of this month, they got Saints Row 4 for Xbox 360. Okay, now that game is kind of, a lot of people really didn't care too much for the game because
Yeah.
Saints Row, the way they did it. But hey, I like it. I got it for free. I bought it, so yeah, it was a free download for me. No problem. Already. And here's the big one: Sunset Overdrive for Xbox One. Sunset Overdrive for Xbox One is the other free game, starting coming out tomorrow, the 16th, until I think that about the 15th of next month. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited because the funny thing, like I told Brooklyn Boss, I was like, I was in GameStop like about a few weeks ago, and I was looking at it because I never played it like when the Xbox One came out. Like I never got my chance to get my hands on it, and it looked interesting. You feel me? And when I finally saw it, like I saw it, I was like, man, maybe I'll get it next time. I'll hold off on it now. Good thing I held off because I see it as the free game for this month. I'm excited because I'm gonna be looking forward to download it tomorrow. I always look forward to downloading the free games, but this one I'm even more excited for. So I'm like, yes, this is gonna be
Let's
good.
see what Jay think about that. Jay, what do you
We,
think about Sunset Overdrive coming out? I mean, you the guest, so let us know what you think, man.
yeah.
Well, it looks to be a interesting title. I'm not really too familiar with the series, but it might be something I check out, like like a rental, something like that.
Mm. Well,
Is that a game that I'd invest to?
yeah, it's a new IP. It's a brand. It was a brand. I think Brooklyn did it. It came out right along with the Xbox One, I believe, right?
Not exactly, but it came out some months later.
Okay, some months later. That's right. Yeah. So it was one of the first games that came out for the Xbox One, within a few months of the release. So um, I I liked it. I liked the way it looked. I always thought it was interesting. Like I said, I just never had a chance to get around to it till now. Yay! So Brooklyn, have you played it though? Brooklyn, no.
Yeah, actually, I have it. I bought it day when it came out. Like I said, it's a fun take on, like, if you ever played Jack Ryan Radio back in the day, it kind of
Mm,
reminded me of that a little bit with the
mm,
aesthetic. But it's pretty cool for what it is. It has multiplayer, also co-op gameplay. I didn't complete the game,
okay.
but I did buy it. I did play it. I did enjoy it for what it was. But I think that it's dope that it's the IP that's exclusive to Microsoft that you're going to be able to get for free. Because believe it or not, this game was well renowned and well received by a lot of gamers, and I think that to be able to get it for free is dope.
Okay, cool, cool. You know what? Speaking of which, you said it was well renowned by gamers. On my end, I don't know. Maybe I was just looking at. Maybe it was when I was dealing with that. A lot of that fluff. With the whole media fluff. I didn't. I heard a lot of mixed reviews
Hmm.
about it for some reason. Maybe it was just media fluff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just BSing, and maybe, like I said, just the media. I was looking at it, from a media standpoint when I had my 360, because I was looking at. I saw a lot of people didn't like it, and a lot of people were tripping about it, and you know how it was when it's a Xbox One exclusive. People ragging on Xbox One like right now, but
Yeah.
that's gonna be for another time.
I
Oh my
mean,
goodness.
the people that were complaining about it that don't own an Xbox One, then their opinion really doesn't matter because they can't even play it. So if you just hating because it's an Xbox One exclusive, then I mean, I wouldn't even entertain that.
Right.
Like I said, man, the game is really cool. It's a game that people of all ages can play, and it has a lot of replayability. And
Okay.
when y'all get it tomorrow for free, you're gonna really enjoy it for what it is.
Okay. Well, any pro tips for me when I get it tomorrow? Any tips for me?
Man, just have fun, man. Don't worry about what everybody else say. Just enjoy your game. You know what I mean? Jay,
Oh,
you gonna download it?
he
I might give it a shot.
he said you might give it a shot. I feel you. I
All
feel
right.
you.
I
All
might
right.
just see I might just see a tutorial, some gameplay before I do it.
Oh yeah. See that's what I like that. You know what? And that brings up something. With the way information is now, and matter of fact, this is one of the topics I was thinking about the other last night, literally. Um, Now for channels that do like IGN and all that do game reviews.
Right.
What do you guys like? My general question for you guys first is, what do you guys think of those channels? Do you guys use those for like your to for your review basis? Your thoughts on the games and stuff like that. Like, do you guys look at reviews, or do you just go out grab the game, or like, do you take any of these reviewers seriously? If you don't, um, do just IGN, who else, or like other YouTubers or stuff like that? Like, do you take these reviewers seriously? How much weight do they hold on your games that you buy or look to buy? Jay.
Well, normally I like to look at them, well, IGN and game trailers for a reliable source for reviews, but lately now I kind of take them with a grain of salt because it seems like, especially game trailers, I'm kind of biased towards certain games, certain genres of games. It seems like they'll always give a shooter a higher score than 8 out of 10, no matter how bad it is. Call of Duty. Yeah, but yeah.
Well,
Did you see what I'm talking about? You see what I mean,
yeah,
don't you?
I see you. I see you. I feel you.
But yeah, anyway, when it comes to certain games, like, let me give you an example. all Final Fantasy games. A lot of Final Fantasy games they rate higher than an 8 out of 10. To me, a game isn't worth purchasing unless it's a 7.5 or higher. But they actually do a pretty good job of analyzing games where they're not being too nitpicky. But then again, we're the gamers, so we deserve to be nitpicky. We're paying $56 for this product.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. True that. True that. Brooklyn, what do you think, man? Like, how much do game reviews and stuff have a weigh in on your purchases?
Well, I mean, I look at it a little different than a lot of people look at it. Like these sites, obviously they're backed and supported by these game developers. So I don't take their opinions too much, as face value what the game is really worth. Like I do my research on the game, I look at the gameplay, I look at the enjoyability that I will have of it, and
Hmm.
then I make my purchase from there because I think that people will say anything, especially if they got a large following and large YouTube channel. They just going, get whatever they can get, whatever dividends these developers are throwing at them just to support it and to showcase it. So I kind of just, I buy what I want for one thing, and I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm not one of those games that just buy every game that comes out new because it's a new game. Like that shit don't make no sense. I want to eventually play my games. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole point of me playing games and
Right.
sharing my experience on YouTube. So nah,
Mm.
these websites, I don't really take them seriously.
Okay, well, not well, okay. Let me take it a step further. Not just maybe, okay, if not the websites like IGN or stuff like that. What about like other reviewer YouTubers, like YouTubers that do actual reviews? Like they don't have to be big or small, like any size. Like
If they real, to
yeah,
be honest,
yeah,
like it gotta make sense. Like I'm not some 17-year-old kid that you can just say anything to and I'm just gonna believe it. Like I'm a grown ass man, so like if it doesn't make sense to my grown ass mind, then I ain't gonna listen to it, and I'm just gonna call it what it is. So no, I do like Shadows. When he throw gameplay of games that I've never seen, especially on Steam, whatever. I
yeah.
watch it and I take it in because he's generally truthful and honest and straightforward. And there's other people as well that do the same. So, it all depends, for most part.
Okay, I feel it. I feel it. I just wanted to, delve deeper into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I agree. Some of these companies, I've seen it myself. They've overrated some games, like you've said. Instead of you being subtle with it, we're just gonna call it for what it is, Call of Duty. And they praise these games, like some of these bigger companies and bigger YouTubers will praise the games that are the same, especially if they're getting sponsored by it. um, and I've heard stories of certain companies, um, that were having indie games, and they gave a bad review, and they got their video taken down. You know what I'm saying? um, I forgot what game. There was a couple of games, that one that was like really an exploration based type game like Minecraft, but it was really like it looked in depth, but it was poorly executed, and the guy just lit into it. And he's like, man, this is crazy, so many bugs and so many this, that, and the third. About a week or so later, his video got flagged for some, you know what I'm saying, for so for quote unquote copyright. And I'm like, these I think a lot of these developers and these companies have to have an understanding that you need that unbiased review. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody to tell you, when you need to get your shit together. Let's just call it for what it is. Um, and I definitely think that these some of these bigger companies, they need to start doing that more and stop showing bias toward these big games. Like there's a lot of games that's overlooked. I've mentioned it before with Shadow of Mordor. And a matter of fact, I just popped that game in last night, or this morning rather. You know what I'm saying? That game is actually, well, it should be better rated than what it is. You know what I'm saying? I think they gave it like about a 7 or 8 last when I checked IGN. It should be a little bit, it should be a very, I think that's about a right score. I'm not sure if they said 7 or 8. I'm not sure, but anyway, some of these other games, they get thrown under the radar because they're not a AAA title. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that if done right, it should be what's the word? I just lost my
train of thought. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
yeah. And but yeah, that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. Also, too, this is another thing. What do you guys think about people that like? Do you think guys should, when they do reviews, Jay, that they should what's the word? They should come back to it. You know how people just how IGN or any of these game trailers, they just do a review, for the first week of the game, or just because they got a pre-copy for about a week. You know what I'm saying? They do their little quote unquote small review, and then that's it. Throw it away and wait for the next game. Or do you think they should just wait for a little bit longer or revisit it after some time? What do you think, Jay?
I'm glad you asked this because on YouTube, I'm actually an amateur game reviewer myself, and I do kind of a job of breaking it down because I look at other people's gameplay and and their little analysis before I make my judgment. Because this is the criteria that I judge the game going. I judge it based on graphics, story, gameplay mechanics, substance, and replay value. I judge it on those five. I just those five criteria, and then I give my score from a zero being the lowest to 100 being the highest.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a criteria that all games should have. But a lot of people are more fans of the game itself than they are, when they take time to actually analyze the game.
Okay. That's a good point. So you agree with that, Brooklyn?
Oh yeah.
I feel that. I feel it. And you're right. I really think I think that if you're gonna do an actual review, there's a couple of people that do this that I know off rip. I know what's his? I can't remember his name, and I just had his name at the tip of my tongue. Lord Jesus, what is his name? Fat Boy Gamer. He did it. He did a review
Yeah.
of the Division about, I think, about a month ago, and the game was out for a while, and he finally did his review on it. Now I don't know if he got the game late or what, but it kind of like, to me, I felt that it was pretty cool. Like, you actually doing your review of the game, instead of doing it just a week. Or I feel that, if, like I said before, if you do a review when it first comes out, first impression review, which a lot of these companies and people are doing now, or first impression reviews, that's cool. But I think, really, if you really want to give me a good review, play it for about a month. You know what I'm saying? Play it, when get the hang of the game. You know what I'm saying? Get it in your brain and your memory, and or that way you can see how long the game will last in your book. That way you'll give it a more of an honest review.
Yes, because yeah, replay
Say,
value quality of the game nowadays. Because it's like I'm not gonna pick up a game, play it for a week, and then be done with it. I want to, if I pay $60 per game, I want to play it for weeks, months, maybe even years to come. Like there's a game that I could probably pick up from last generation that has the same replay value. Example, Super Smash Bros. Brawl for Nintendo Wii. I can pick that and play it now, and I can get the same thrill out of it 8 years ago that I do now.
right, I feel it. Yeah, and that's basically what it comes down to. Like Brooklyn was saying, I got to be able to. I want to enjoy my games. You know what I'm saying? I want
Right.
something that's I can come back to, and something that I could play for a long period of time, and not get bored with it. All
Yeah.
right, we gonna keep it moving, keep it shaking, and this is a good topic here. This is something that I kind of have a little bit of insight into, that I've been getting into for a minute. What do you guys think about? Speaking of Smash Brothers, like, what do you think of those people that play games and stuff like that as a profession, professional gamers, esports,
Competitive gaming.
competitive gaming? What do you think, Jay?
I think it's a cult following. It's like a cult, like because back in the '90s, like you had these tournaments for Street Fighter and all this other stuff. Now it's expanded because there's tournaments for Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Super Smash Brothers. It is a real interesting way to turn people on to gaming. I mean, because I'm currently in the online search for Mortal Kombat X, and Yeah, I mean, it gets real hectic. I mean, the competition is fierce, and right now I'm a level 80, so I'm probably one of the best in my region. But
Nice.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's it's a real competitive way to to get your skills up, meet new people, and turn you on to parts of gaming that you never knew you had because you really don't scratch the surface of gaming until you play somebody who's a tournament level competitive gamer. So yeah, it's a real good way to open our eyes to that.
Okay. Brooklyn boss, what you think, man?
I mean, it's if you can make a living off of it, then yeah, like rock out. You know what I mean? Do your thing. You know what I mean? It's hard to do. Many people have tried. I have not, and I'm not really a competitive gamer. You know what I mean? I want to sit down in my living room and have a peace of mind and just chill and enjoy my experience. So it's not really a thing that I'm really into, but I know a lot of people are, and it's hard to make a living off that. You know what I mean? Because
Dude.
you got to have a name for yourself, and then you got to be sponsored, and then you got to be really good, and then you kind of pigeonhole to only playing competitive games. And I want to play everything. You know what I mean? I
Right.
want to
Yeah.
be all over the place and play MMOs and single player games. And sometimes those guys don't get the opportunity to do that because this is a career for them, so they constantly playing the multiplayer games. So I mean, if you can do it, cool. I salute you, but you know what I mean, it's not something that I would really invest in.
Okay, I feel it. I feel it.
Right. And there is kind of a divide between casual gamers and hardcore gamers because the casual gamers, like kind of Brooklyn, kind of to piggyback on what you said, the casual gamers have a more broad horizon. They kind of expand a little bit more, so they play and do a little bit of everything. But the hardcore gamers, like who competitively play Call of Duty, competitively play Street Fighter, competitively play Mortal Kombat, a lot of them do kind of put themselves in a box, all for the sake of um, pretty much just for the sake of being better at the game and just being more being competitive. I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, it's both got its ups and downs, like everything. But I feel like casual gamers have more fun. I mean, like this is gonna sound a little bit stereotypical, but it is true. Like I feel like you will have more fun as a casual gamer who plays a little bit of everything than a hardcore gamer who just sticks to one, but is ultimately good. It's like, okay, I'm a hardcore gamer, so I can smoke everybody at it. I mean, good. That's a good thing. But if you're a casual gamer, then you do a little bit of everything. Like I play racing, shooters, fighting, RPGs. I do a little bit of everything. So, of course, I mean, like I said, I do dab a little bit more in fighting games because it's probably my favorite genre. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, like I feel like you will have a little bit more of a you have a little bit more of a broader perspective if you're an all around casual gamer. So thanks for that little bit of insight, Brooklyn.
Yeah, no problem, man.
And, me personally, I love the competitive atmosphere. I love it. I definitely enjoy it, and I definitely, with me being a mix of both, I am a bit of both. More of I do casual game. I play a lot of different games. Um, that's one thing I definitely will not stop doing is playing any different types of games. I'm one of those gamers that, like if to take a break from a game, you play another game to take a break from the game that you playing. So if I
Yeah,
want to take a break from Killer Instinct, I play Shadow of Mordor or I play Diablo 3. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I definitely understand that you do have a little bit more fun involved with when you start because basically what you're doing, you let your mind wander. You know what I'm saying? You let yourself get sucked into the environment of the game and enjoy it. Versus fighting games. I gotta know the frame rates. I gotta know my matchups. I gotta know this. I gotta know that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know the maps. I gotta know the combos. I gotta know everything. And it's sometimes the pressure does get a little it gets a little tense, man. I
yeah,
can definitely attest to that, man. I play on Killer Instinct and I got into the gold tier. They reset the tiers after when season 3 released, and getting back into the gold tier was a bit of a stretch in itself. And right now, I'm not doing so hot. I'm like 50. I'm like 50% right now as far as wins go. I think point 0.5. So I'm like 7-14 or something like that right
yeah,
now. It's not the best, but it is what it is. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I have my moments, man. Like I be getting pissed. I'm sitting there doing all this practice, and then I go in online, and then I just get slaughtered, and it pisses me off. And I'm like, you know what? After one match, I just turn it off. God dang it, just cut the game off. Let me play something else.
yeah.
But it has its moments.
Hmm.
it has its moments. Sometimes I just want to be like Brooklyn Boss, man. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna play something else. I'm good, man. or,
Word.
or better yet, go beat some friends. Go shout out to my homeboy Darth. I be training him. You know, sometimes. Well, we play a lot. I kind of train him a little bit, but you know, I'm like, look, okay, I need a punching bag. Let's go. Let's get a party going. Let's go. I need a punching bag. You know, nah, but it's all love. It's all good. It's all love. But yeah, that's just me, and I'll probably be talking more about that a little bit later. Um, Now, next topic here. You know, today is one of those days. Like I said, I do apologize for being late, Brooklyn Boss. I want to publicly apologize. Like I said, I kind of was a little tired this morning.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Today was just one of them days where you just wasn't feeling it. You know. So, my question to you guys is, what do you do when when you're not feeling it? This is just a real talk question. Like when you're not feeling the game today, like you want to play the game, but then you start to pick up the controller, and all of a sudden it's like, well, maybe I don't want to get that game. I don't want to play this game today. What do you do, Jay? Let's start with you.
Me, I actually have this issue when I'm on Mortal Kombat. Cause some days I'm like feeling it. Some days I can go on a 20, 30 game winning streak without losing one. I'm like, oh man, I'm on fire today. And then other days I'm like, I pick up the game and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. Or if I get my ass whooped like 5 times in a row, because yes, that has happened. It's
Oh,
like, uh, I'm not feeling it today, or maybe I just need to tune it up or something like that. But me, for the most part, I either like go to practice mode, go to tutorial mode, and just try to get myself in the rhythm. And then if not, then I kind of just play. I either play something else or I just like watch people play online. You know, just kind of like get a feel for it. And then like because a lot of time like if I am not feeling it, then I spend most of my time in single player mode or practice mode just to get myself back into the rhythm of things. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
yeah. Okay, Brooklyn.
So I think like me, what I do like. So I work a lot. So when I get home, man, sometimes I just want to kick my feet up and play some. Um, and usually when I play some, I'm probably recording. So it's like I'm trying to record just my game, play for my channel. But I
Yeah.
mean when I really don't really have them issues because I'm not playing games all day. If it's one thing, if I got nothing to do, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? I ain't gotta work, I ain't gotta do nothing, and you just playing all day, then yeah, that shit gonna get old. You gonna be like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, I need to do something else. I gotta try something else because it's gonna get boring. You're gonna get incomplacent with what you're doing, and it's not gonna become a passion anymore. It's gonna become more like a job in a sense, I would
Yeah.
think, to some people. But for me, I got the downtime to just chill and work, and then when I come home, I rock out. So it's times where certain games that I don't want to play, but then I put them on my backlist. But generally, I'm going to get around to every game that I play because generally I have to pay for them. So I always say
Right.
to myself, like, I'm going to play this game at some point and I'm going to record it and get to it. But it's days where you just want to, like Jay said, get on Twitch and watch other people play because I think that's dope. That's one of the most underrated things that a lot of people are overlooking in this gaming generation. The ability to just be able to get on your Xbox or your PS4 and watch other people play, that's just as gratifying sometimes than actually playing yourself. It's a form of live entertainment of a entertainment that you enjoy. So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, I feel that. I like how you said that. A form of entertainment, and I never really thought. Well, so I guess never really out front thought of that like that. Um, Because it kind of reminds you back in the day, right, Brooklyn and Jay, when you used to, watch other people play. You used to sit there and watch other people play the game. You'd be like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, okay, oh yeah, this is dope. Yeah, okay. I might not play this game, but I can watch somebody else play it. Or
Yeah.
watch somebody else cover it. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that point. Now, me, sometimes I be there's times where I just don't feel it. I'm just like, I don't want to do this. And you know, funny story, Brooklyn side story, Brooklyn. um, I was trying to plug in my HD PVR, right? Just
Hmm.
kind of get some stream stuff set up yesterday.
Hmm.
And see, what happened was I thought it wasn't working, right?
Hmm.
So I was like, I'm over here trying to unplug everything. I'm like, why am I not getting any signal on my game ain't giving out no signal.
Hmm.
So I'm like, oh my goodness, what the heck's going on? What the heck? I'm sitting there trying to unplug everything. the HD PVR2 don't have much to it, so all you gotta do is just plug it and unplug it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, long story short, I tried plugging it up to my PC too, and it didn't work either at first.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, I looked at the back. I plugged it in the wrong hole.
Mm.
My dumb self. I plugged it. You know how the Xbox One has the thing where you go to the TV
Yep.
instead of the output, from the system, the video output. I put
Mm-hmm.
it to the TV side in the middle.
Oh man.
I'm like, what? What am I thinking? I was off. Like I was. That's how off I was. So I was like, you know what? When I finally got it to work, I said, you know what? Okay, I got it to work. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna go. I got it to work. Okay, I tested it on my PC. I tested it on my Mac. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
sit back. I'm gonna go back. So what I do normally, I normally listen to music. If it's during the game session, I don't know if y'all have a sound system or whatever. Get you some music. You know what I'm saying? Get you like one of them hour-long mixes. That's what I do. Get them hour-long mixes. Put some in your ears, or you know what I'm saying, or something to where you can hear the music and not necessarily the game volume. Not unless it's a game like Mortal Kombat where you need it or something like that, or Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But you do that, get you some music, set you up real nice. You know what I'm saying? Practice for a little bit. And then it'll kind of ease your mind a bit. That's normally what I do. But if you really, if you really are not feeling it at that moment, just take a break. You remember when the Wii back in the day, Jay, or in Brooklyn, when the Wii would have that every few minutes, every time you try to play a game like what's that, the Wii Sports Resort? You've been
Yeah.
playing it for a while. They'll tell you be sure to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to do that. I got to give Nintendo credit for doing stuff like that. Sometimes you just got to take a break and just be like, hey, look, I can't do this right now. You know what I'm saying? You stressing yourself out. You going crazy. You know what I'm saying? You gonna pull out every hair in your head, trying to beat the stage. You know what I'm saying? You get to that step part where you keep dying at the same spot over and over and over again, and it's like no matter how hard you try, it's like you can't do it. So sometimes you just got to take a step back and come back later.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's good to just turn it off. Find something else to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But that's just me. So anybody else got any other topics? Anything other they want to share?
Well, I think that I pretty much covered everything I wanted to today.
Oh,
So
sweet.
Jay, what consoles do you currently have right now?
Well, right now I have a PS4, PS3, and the original Nintendo Wii. I used to do portable. I used to be really big into portable gaming, but not so much anymore. I want to get back into portable gaming. I mean, because come on, who didn't have a Game Boy Advance, let's see, a PSP? I mean, like I want to get back into that, but it's like, now I'm kind of really not so much into portable gaming anymore.
So it sounds like it sound like you are a big Sony supporter from the sound of it. There's nothing wrong with that if that's
Right.
your choice and liking of console. So what do
Right.
you think about the new PS4 update that's going to be coming? The new version of the PS4 that's more powerful. Are you going to be getting it, or what do you think about it?
I may get it, but then again, it's like okay, if I don't really see, I mean, I'm gonna see who else buys it first, and then I'm gonna look up tutorials on YouTube and then see if anybody buys it in person. And if I like what I see, then I may get it on the price drop. But other than that, if I don't really see any major improvements or changes, then I'm just gonna stick with what I got for the original. So, I mean, there's no point in it. I mean, because you know how there was a newer version, a Super Slim for the PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There wasn't really that much of an improvement. In fact, they said there was a couple more hardware issues than with the original. But they say the game doesn't really overheat as fast. But they say like there could be some like internal hardware issues and external. And like when you buy a new system, that is kind of something that you got to watch out for. I mean, you got to there's no point in buying a new system. I mean, or an upgraded system if the bugs aren't worked out because I don't buy any new console, at release because I made that mistake with I think everybody made that mistake when the Xbox One and the PS3, came out because there was a bunch of glitches and hardware issues. Now, whenever a new console comes out, I wait anywhere from 6 months to a year because I didn't buy the PS4. The PS3, yeah, the PS4 was released fourth quarter 2013, and I didn't get my PS4 until August of 2014. I waited that long to buy it. So yeah,
Mhm.
I waited about at least a good 8 or 9 months before I bought a PS4. So with this one, I'm kind of gonna be in the same boat. I mean, oh yeah, and I am a PS4 owner, but and like I said, I'm not really so big of a Microsoft fan, but I do love Nintendo because Nintendo was the first system that I really did bought. So anybody who's viewing out there, I'm not biased towards any system.
Okay.
Just because I do like one system doesn't mean I hate the other one. Just because I like
Right,
PS4
right.
doesn't mean I
That's
hate
cool.
Xbox. I mean, yeah, but yeah, like I
We
said,
check it.
I like Nintendo too.
We check.
So yeah.
We got to check. We got to make sure because we don't.
We
There's no
gotta make,
bias.
yeah, man. I was
Yeah,
about to
right. I
say
mean,
LG,
there's no
man.
biasness. There's no biasness over here. I mean, I'm just a gamer. I'm just a
That's
fan of
cool to
games.
hear, man. So the question's for the both of y'all. So
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
do you think that actually this is a two-part question. Do you think that Sony needs to actually put out this new PS4 that is actually going to be more powerful and support VR gaming? And what do you think about the Nintendo NX?
oh boy.
Whew. So, well, that is a very good question. But as far as PlayStation needing it right now, PlayStation doing very well right now. So I would say no. Like, now, if they were in a hole and if they were hurting, then I would say yes, they do, or that would be something they would do. PlayStation right now is in a pretty good position. So right now, I don't really think they do. I mean, it'd be good for them if they do. I mean, like if they can really gain a plus from this, then good for them. But right now, I don't really think it needed. Now, as for the Nintendo NX, Nintendo. All right, let me ask you guys a question. How all right, what is the longevity of the average gaming system? About anywhere from 5 to 7 years before they come out with a new gaming console, right?
Give or take. Yeah.
Yeah,
About
yeah, about 5 or 7 years before they come out with a new gaming console. So
unless
yeah,
you're the PS2, then yeah, you pretty much live on forever.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, because I still own a PS2 Slim. So yeah, I mean, but other than that, like the Nintendo NX, I mean, I'm really interested to see what they do with that because the Wii U came out 20 at the end of 2013. It was at the end of 2012 or the end of 2013 when the Wii U came out. I think it might have been. I think it might have been the end of 2012 when the
I
Wii U
think
came
s-
out.
I want to say about that time frame. We can. Well, I'll look it up in a second.
Yeah, just
I'll,
about. But yes, but the Wii. I mean, the Wii U's had a pretty good lifespan, and I still own the original Nintendo Wii that I got back in 2007. So
Mm.
and I still own it and still play it from time to time because there's nothing wrong with that. But then this Nintendo NX, I might actually invest in it when I can actually get a few more specs on it and see what it can actually do. But
okay.
yeah. But
Okay. Real quick. I'm sorry. The Wii U. You said the release date for the Wii U, right? It came out November 18, 2012
yeah.
in
So
North America.
yeah, and the Nintendo NX comes out. Does it have an official release date yet?
No,
Hey,
we don't even know what it
no.
look like.
We don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have no idea what it looks like with the release date. None of that.
Yeah. So it's probably just a project name for it anyway. Nintendo NX. I mean, yeah, it's probably just a beta for it.
Yeah.
But I expect a new Nintendo system to come out between 2018 and 20, yeah, somewhere.
Oh,
I would expect it late 2018 is when I expect a new Wii system, and I don't expect a new PlayStation and Microsoft system until at least 2020.
wow. Before I answer that, LG, because I know you would like to answer that question as well too. So.
Oh man, because I know you. Oh man, I know Brooklyn. I know he about to get on you with that release date for the NX,
Yeah, boy.
bro. Oh jeez, you said 2018. I was like, oh, that hurt my feelings. But no,
Yeah.
I think as far as the PS4 right now, what they need to do. I mean, not in hindsight, now that I think about it, there's been a lot of console re-releases, and that's true. And I'm still kind of on what I said before. Like, they're really a PlayStation 4.5 really needs that upgraded system really doesn't need to happen. Um, because if they did, and I'm going up because strictly off of what people have been saying that people love to bash right now, like bash Microsoft. Um, and they're talking about, well, PlayStation 4 is better, powerful. If it's so much powerful, why do you need another system? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, and I really hate when people do that. I really don't think if you're that powerful, you really don't need to get another system. That's just my point of view because I mean, look at what Xbox One is doing right now. Um, they got the backwards capabilities, and the backwards compatibility is killing. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
to me it's taking a big old dump on PlayStation now. I'm
Mm.
sorry, it is taking a big old dump. I would take it. Okay, Jay, let me ask you a quick question. Would you
Right.
rather have like think of your favorite movie? Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Would you rather have it streamed on Netflix or would you rather own a personal copy?
Ooh, I was actually gonna make a separate video about this, about digital copies versus hard copies. So yeah, this is a topic that is heavy in the game community because now everybody's buying digital now. But me personally, I'd
Yeah.
rather have something to show. I'd rather have something to show for it. I mean, because I would wish I'd have kept all my PS1 and PS2 hard copy game. Well, there's still a few of them that I did keep. Like, hold on, let me give you guys an example.
Oh God, he's bringing out the collection. Oh Jesus, I want to see now. The indie geek is talking to me. But real quick, okay, well, that was fast. Okay. Oh, he's got Metal Gear Solid. Oh God.
Oh, that's a
Like,
classic.
I still have the
That's a
original.
classic right
Yeah, I
there.
still have the original Metal Gear Solid. I
That's a
still have
classic.
the original Bloody Roar 2.
Oh,
Yes,
and
Yeah.
classics.
And I still have the original Final Fantasy 7 copy for the PS1. I still have. I
holy.
mean, so yes. I mean,
Wow,
I'm a classic gamer. So there's still games
wow.
that I do keep. Yeah, there's still games that I've kept. Ever
Okay.
since I was a
That
child.
Metal Gear is worth its weight in gold, man.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, and
Exactly.
I still
Right
have the
now,
original copy. So
you
I
better
still have
hold on to that.
yeah, I still got Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. As a matter of fact,
Oh,
let me dust off the old game collection.
oh Lord, he's bringing out. Look what I done started. Oops.
I still
Yeah.
have the original Marvel vs. Capcom
Oh
2.
my
Oh
God. Oh,
wow,
oh. Stop it.
wow.
Yes,
Stop it.
yes, the original Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Oh
That's
yeah,
crazy,
it's about yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look what I done started.
man. Listen, man. He got some heavy hitters, man. Them games that he shows so far, man, are really monumental games that
Still got the
sold
original
units.
Tech, yep, the original Tekken 5. Still
Oh,
got
Wow.
it. Yep. Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic for the Xbox and the PC.
oh snap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a hard copy kind of gamer. Like, I actually want something to show for it for years, in advance for
Yeah,
years on.
exactly.
Exactly. So with PlayStation, see that PlayStation's not doing that. So with PlayStation 4, they're not doing that. All they have is PlayStation Now, which is a streaming service. Xbox One, you know what I'm saying? You can actually, if you have the hard copies, you can put that in your Xbox One and play it if it's on the list. You know what I'm saying? And if you bought it already, which a lot of games that I've already have bought already over Xbox Live, they're making
Right.
them available. All I gotta do is just download them, and I got them. You know what I'm saying? And it's on my list. It's always on my list to look at. So I think PlayStation 4 really it has a long ways to go. As far as aesthetics evolve. Yeah, they may have if they sold more. Okay, then that's sales don't necessarily mean a thing. You know what I'm saying? But um, as far as the NX goes, yeah, they better come with it. They better
Oh,
come with it.
here it is. Metal Gear Solid 3. I found it. Yeah.
Oh, see, stop.
Had to blow the dust off this one.
The dust came over here.
Damn.
No, I'm just playing. But no, I think PlayStation. I think really they need to get that fixed. They need to make they really have a lot of stuff to do. But as far as NX is concerned, jeez, they better come on, quit playing. Um, now I will say now Brooklyn's gonna say a different release date. And I'll let him have his. Um, now 2018 I think is a little bit too late at that moment. I see why you said it because you're looking at the average time. You said about 5 to 7 years.
Right.
Um, and I said the release date was what 2012.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say I would say 20. If anything, at the latest, it should be 2017. At the absolute latest, we're gonna just go ahead and keep it with the 5 year. We don't. I don't want to. We don't want to wait too long because, like I said, if you wait too long with the NX, it's just gonna fall apart. And they better have a good name. The Wii. I mean, we have the Nintendo Wii, the Nintendo Wii U. Then what's next? The Nintendo Wii Wii. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We gotta change the name up. Give me something. Give me something and market it. Please market it well. Wii U could have been great if they would have marketed better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And actually have some games that were worth it. Please. Um, Instead of just a few heavy hitters. But that's just me.
Oh
NX, I
yeah.
don't know.
Oh,
I don't
I mean, because how long did the Nintendo 64 last before they went to the GameCube? Because it was only what 4 years, 3 4 years. It was from 1998 to 2002. Wait a minute. It came because I remember buying the GameCube when it first came out. Well, I got it for Christmas when I was a kid, and
Hmm.
I remember the first games I got for it were Super Metroid and Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Okay. Metroid.
So yeah,
You mean
yeah.
Metroid Prime for
And
GameCube?
Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime, and Super Smash Brothers Melee were the first games I got for it. So yeah,
Okay.
so the
Okay.
GameCube, I mean, so yeah, so the amount of years from because I remember everybody had Star Fox 64 for the Nintendo 64, and that came out what? It was like 97 and 98 when that came out, and then
Yeah, that
the
was
GameCube came out in 2001. Yeah,
yeah about the
it was
same
at the
time.
tail end of 2001. Yeah, it was about the tail end of 2001. It was like December 2001 when the GameCube came out. So I'll go ahead and just you might as well go ahead and just say 2002 when the GameCube came out, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah. I'll get we'll get the correct
Yeah.
dates in a minute. But Brooklyn, go ahead and light them up, bro. I know you ready.
I mean, to just to piggyback off of what Jay was saying, as far as the release date of the NX, I think that 2018 will be way too late. You already got Sony upgrading their console with a new console on the way. We don't know if Microsoft is actually going to do the hardware upgrade. They're more than most likely going to continue to stick with the software updates that they've been getting, like the DirectX 12 is coming, which is going to be able to compete directly with the new PS4 that's coming out maybe later this year. I think that they're going to put themselves, if they wait to 2018, Nintendo, that is, the same way they put themselves in the rabbit hole with the Wii U. They push that console out too late and wait and let Microsoft go first so that you can actually gauge the audience and gauge the gamers to see exactly what they want and what's going to be sufficient. They pushed their hand, and then Microsoft and Sony saw that. They're like, yo, you put out a Wii U, this is what it can do. All you got is this gamepad, and you got Mario and everything else coming along with it. Yo, we're going to do something that's even going to be more innovative, and that's exactly what you got with the PS4 and the Xbox One. So I'm just saying, I'm on board with the NX and Nintendo. I think that what they need to do is make something that's going to be future proof in the sense of go towards PC architect as far as being able to modularly change components within your console because that's the next wave as it is. We're going to be
Right.
getting consoles that you're going to be able to manually and self upgrade your console. You're already able to do it with the PS4. And I think that Nintendo could just piggyback off that, beat other consoles to the punch with that.
Yeah.
That's going to future proof their biggest issue is what the graphic fidelity, the social system that they have, the social components and compatibility issues that they have online, being able to chat. I think that if they do it that way and just listen to what gamers want, I think they'd be fine. But 2018, 19, they'll lose because then at that particular point, you're already going to hear the announcement of the new Xbox and possibly the next generation PS4, which is going to be the next PS4, PS5 or whatever. So I
Right.
mean, it's I think Nintendo is playing in a real hairy area right now. I think E3 2016 this year they got to release it. Either release it in September or holiday season, Black Friday, so this thing could get out there and have some legs to grow on. Because you wait to the end of these two juggernauts life cycle and then you release that shit, they coming out with something 10 times better than that.
Right.
So that's what
Ain't
I'm
that
saying.
ain't that what they did with the Wii? Well, that's pretty much what they did with the Wii U. They tried to come out first, hit hard first, and they didn't.
Hmm.
Ended up not. Well, it was a semi success. It was like a cult following type thing, for a minute because that's when all the we had all the games,
Oh yeah.
every every kid game imaginable. I'm like, yo, man, this was crazy.
Yeah,
They had like,
and Nintendo won't admit they lost so much money with the Wii U. A
yeah, they
lot of
did,
money.
and they did. They didn't market it like the Wii. The Wii was good. The Wii was decent,
Yeah.
but the Wii U was like, okay, what the heck? The pad. People were tripping about the pad at first. Like I said, if you're gonna do something like that, and we talked about the controller a while back.
Hmm.
They do their controller. Their controller's got to be something different. We can't. We don't want another gamepad like that. And if you're gonna do the dual screen thing, that's cool. But do the dual screen correctly. Don't just slap a map on there on the bottom of it. Um, do like you did Batman Arkham City, the Armored Edition. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where you can use it to look around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Um, give me something where we can, something. Give us something. You know, you guys pretty much out of the consoles, y'all pretty much innovated the motion system with the Wii. So, you know, why don't you bring a little bit of that in there? Uh, you know, do something with it. You know what I'm saying? You guys got the Connect. You seen how the Connect works. And it's sad. You know what's funny? What's sad? I think if I remember correctly, the Wii did the motion sensors first, right? Then PlayStation, then Microsoft, then Xbox, if I remember correctly, right? If I remember correctly, if I'm not mistaken, why is it that now the Microsoft Connect is now the best out of all three systems now?
Probably because they took what was wrong with the other two, and then analyzed it and said, okay, this is what the main complaints were for the Nintendo, and this is what the main complaints with the PlayStation, and this is what each of them did right. So they basically just took what was wrong and what was right with both systems and then put it together. That's why they're successful with it. And not to mention, Xbox has a pretty good they have pretty good mechanics anyway. So I mean, so it would only be right. It would only make sense for them to succeed where the other two kind of fell short.
Okay. See, I feel it. I feel it. Okay. All right, and we're gonna wrap this up. Last but not least, I want to talk about this one. This was kind of interesting. This is one kind of caught my attention. Um, Now we're gonna do since Brooklyn Boss did this last time. I'm gonna bring up this one from our friend the Hip Hop Gamer. Xbox 360 era. The reason the PS4 has dominated Xbox One. Um, what do you guys think about that statement right there in itself?
Want to start us off, Brooklyn?
Oh man. Um,
Do you agree with that statement?
well, first of all, the statement don't even fit the actual video because if you look at the video that he put up, it's a splice and cut video from the prior video that I have responded to.
Right.
So it's not even debating or bringing any new factual evidence that's suggested to.
Oh yeah, you
You
right.
know, listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again, man. I own all these fucking consoles. So I'm not a fanboy. I'm not, I've been playing games since the NES. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I go that far back.
Me too. Me
I
too.
can't stand people that fanboy for a company that ain't doing shit for you, B. Like, you
Pretty
a
much.
gamer, just play your games, dog. Like, have fun with your shit. Like, I can't knock somebody if they like something. As long
Right.
as they gaming. You see what I'm saying? You gaming, you rocking out, you having a good time. That's the goal. That's the whole point of even playing games. But I
Right.
Exactly.
think people take this fanboyism a little too far. And when you're an adult, I mean, you should know better. You expect children to carry on like some of these guys. And I think that dude, you know, he is what he is, and I'm not trying to hate, you know what I mean? Because there's no hateration in my blood or nothing like that. But, we got to be able to voice our opinions, man. Even if we like something that somebody doing or we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be able to deal with, that issue of being able to take constructive criticism. And I think he can. But as far as the PS4 being more powerful than the Xbox One, I disagree because I have a PS4 and the Xbox One, and I
Right.
know what I used both of them before. I know what they're both capable of.
Right.
I do use my Xbox One more than my PS4 due to the fact that they have more games that are exclusive to their console than the PS4.
Right.
And I just like their ecosystem. So
Right.
I think that it's a yin and a yang situation. They both got their pros and cons.
I
You
feel
got to figure them out if you're a gamer. But if you don't even own either or, and then you shitting on the other one, like that shit
Yeah.
just take your credibility right out the window, fam.
Yeah.
right.
I can't even take nothing you saying at face value because then you exactly what I said you are. You're a fanboy.
Right. Yeah, he was about. Yeah, like how you was about to get on Jay for a minute. I saw you. I was about to say, wait,
Yeah.
let him finish. Let him
Nah, I'm not getting on
finish.
Jay. He ain't because he ain't bashing. But I
Right. I
mean,
feel it.
Yeah.
No, I
he
feel it.
said that he ain't that. So I mean, nah, he good. But
I feel
uh,
it. I'm
you
just,
know,
I'm just.
nah, no.
It's all good. But so Jay, what do you think about that statement? Do you think that because of the 360 that the PS4 is now crapping on the Xbox One, or?
Yeah, because
Mm,
it would only be turn. You know they had to say turnabout is fair play because in the last generation of consoles, and I owned both by the way. I owned the PS3 and an Xbox 360, but I played PlayStation more. Um, but a lot of that they say that it got the Xbox, Microsoft in general, they had they got an early start and they finished strong in the last console. A lot of people say that they won that round of the console wars. I mean, but you can debate on it all day long. But yeah, I mean, PlayStation started off slow. I mean, with the PS3, and then they got a really a leg up with the PS4. So yeah, it would really only would make sense. But I would say that so far in this generation, the PlayStation 4 is winning the console wars, if you still want to call it that. But now the console wars is about to become irrelevant now because, like, we now have cross-platform gaming. Somebody from PS4 can play against somebody who's on Xbox One. Now the bugs hopefully are worked out. Hopefully they work out the bugs for that before that's at full launch because that's still in the beta testing. But hopefully all that gets worked out because you're still gonna have the lag issues. I mean, like no matter what, you still have lag issues because some people has crappy connections, some people are on satellite internet, some people are on cable, some people have it through phone or whatever. But yeah, as long as I mean with the way it is, with the way it's going to be in the next in the coming years, the console war is going to kind of be irrelevant. It's all going to be a matter of what your taste is. I mean, I just so happen to fall closer towards the PlayStation because I'm more familiar with them. I mean, I remember first getting a PlayStation 1 back in 1997, back when I was 7 years old. So yeah, I mean, right? So I mean, and they've had this same this same 4 button control pattern for 20 years now, right? It's going on 20 years.
Yeah.
So
going on
if,
20
yeah,
years.
yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And
Right.
Microsoft has changed their control scheme 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Microsoft, yeah, they changed their control scheme 3 times, and Nintendo, they be on some other type of stuff. I mean, because they changed their control scheme every generation.
Pretty much. Yeah, you right.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's like when you're so used to something, when you're so accustomed to something, then of course you can't help but sway towards one way or the other. But yeah, I mean, I guess that in that regard, like it would just depend on what you like better or like what you're more accustomed to. I mean, but like if you want something new and innovative, and every time, by all means, feel free to gravitate towards Xbox. But if you want a more hardcore, if you want a more traditional feel, then gravitate towards PlayStation. Or if you like variety, then all means go to the Nintendo side. But everybody, Brooklyn was right. Everybody got their pros and cons. It all just depends on what suits you as a gamer. But that's pretty much all I got to say about that.
I feel it. Now I'm gonna say I disagree. Now I will say now with Xbox 360, I know a lot of people were complaining about the 360 at that off the rip, because
Right.
if people were complaining about the Red Ring of Death, which is fair.
Oof.
Um, the reason being is because if people remember that Xbox 360 basically they had rushed their product out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They rushed their product out, the first Xbox 360s, and they rushed it, and they had a bug in it to where it would overheat quick,
Mm-hmm.
and it caused a lot of problems with having people, were going through Xbox 360s left and right.
Right.
And that turned a lot. I think that's probably what turned a lot of people off from that. Um, and they were a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people complain about that. When that own the PS4, they're like, "Well, I'm going to PS3 because they, this the Xbox ain't working right." Blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So even when they fixed it, even when they didn't really red ring as much, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They had with the newer systems. Um, Folks, I guess some people just got that pissed to where like they just got turned, they just got turned off by Xbox. Period. And I think some of these same people are now they're just on PS4 now, like and not really giving Xbox One a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? I currently, like I said, I've owned my first Xbox 360. I owned it for about at least a good 5 years until it red ringed and I had to send it in. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. Mine lasted a good minute. And see, that's the thing. I know how to take care of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know how to. Some people. If you look at how some people had their stuff too, you could tell some people don't really take care of their stuff. They didn't give it proper ventilation, which is important. You guys gotta. People that are watching this gotta take care of your investment. You know what I'm saying? If you're paying
Right.
$300, $400 for a system, you got to take care of your stuff. Just say
Right.
it. Take care of your shit. You feel me? But and I understand what people, what I'm saying, but like I said, it comes back down to, like I said, personal preference. And like how Brooklyn Ball saying, you just got to play the games. You know what I'm saying? That's why this crossplay is going to be such a good idea. You may be number one on PlayStation side, you know what I'm saying, in Mortal Kombat, for example, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see how well you do in when you playing against somebody from Xbox or PC. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? There's Killer Instinct's already doing crossplay with PC, so it's giving you more people to play with. You feel what I'm saying? So really, it boils down to the games, and you know what I'm saying, how it's being marketed. You know what I'm saying? If you're enjoying the games, are you really getting the bang for your buck? You know what I'm saying, with your system. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you got to make sure your system doesn't have flaws and stuff like that. That's fine. And if like I said, Microsoft actually did a really good job of fixing it. Like when how long was it before they started releasing new Xboxes? After the first 360 start, they having problems with the 360s like that. I think with
3 months.
3 months.
Yes. Yeah, 3 months at least. Well, yeah, 3 months at least.
See now for honestly, if you think about it, that's great from a customer service perspective. That's great because they're listening to their customers. That's day one. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? So you really got to take that into consideration as well. So I really, like I said, this whole console stuff, I think it's something that they took, because you remember back in the day when they used to have the Nintendo and Sega beef thing.
Right.
I think that was just a marketing ploy just to get the that going. You know what I'm saying? And I think people took that idea and they just ran with it, and they took it too far. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like a gang thing now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you Sony gang, you Xbox gang, you Nintendo gang, which I can't imagine it's anybody from Nintendo being in the gang, because those games are just that kitty. But anyway, I just don't see it. Like I said, I enjoy it. There's games on the Wii that I would like to get. You know what I'm saying? There's games on any system that I want to get. I just don't have the money for it. I just so happen to have Xbox because it was just happen to be cheaper at the point. Yeah, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, hey, I'm like you said, I'm a little bit more comfortable with Xbox right now. Even though when they had that big controller,
Right.
Brooklyn, you remember that big ass controller for the Xbox, the original Xbox,
Word
right?
up.
That was a joint, man. That was comfortable. Believe it or not, that was actually really comfortable. But
Yeah.
but yeah, like I said, that was just my opinion. But we're gonna go ahead and go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. You guys you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, um, any of that sort of stuff? Be sure to leave it in the comments below. Like I said, be sure to stick around later this afternoon or this evening. Got a special debate coming. Forward to it with the hip hop gamer himself. So we're gonna be delving into this a little bit more in depth. So you guys might want to stick around for that. Also going to be talking with some esports people as well. Hopefully, if I can get them, see if they're what time they get off work, we can get that settled. All right. But to our special guest, Jay, spotlight's on you, sir. Tell them where they can find you at and your channel.
www.youtube.com/the Dreadman, and I also have a gaming channel called the RMGN. So I'll leave both links in the description for you guys. Oh yeah, by the way, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for having me on the show, and it's good, nice to meet you, Brooklyn. I'll be back soon. Signing out. Thanks, guys.
All righty, appreciate it. All right, Brooklyn.
Hey man, I want to shout Jay out for coming through, being part of our podcast. I think he took off. It's cool to have people on that are not fanboys and everything of the nature. You know what I mean? Just listening to real gamers talk about games. That's what we do here. You can find me at Game Craver. I haven't uploaded anything probably in over a week. I've been playing the hell out of Far Cry 4. And you guys are going to be in a ton of gameplay of that, how to liberate outposts, on and etc. And then I'm off to my next game, my next game to complete, because that's what gamers do. We play games. So I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Shout out to everybody that has been watching or that will be watching eventually. We appreciate it.
All righty. All right, all right, all right. All right. Thank you guys once again for coming through. We appreciate it. Brooklyn Boss, appreciate you so much. Big shout out to Jay, the Dread Man. Let him, I'll be linking his stuff up in the description box below. And you guys go check him out. And like I said, I'm excited. Like I said, if you guys want to be on this podcast, let me know, and we'll definitely get you guys in here. We're going to be definitely doing a few, working, tweaking some things around. I know some people may not be able to make it during a certain time, so we're just tweaking something out. Like I said, I talk with Brooklyn Boss, so that way we can work some things out for everybody. All right. So overall, Brooklyn Boss, I got a question for you before we sign out. Your thoughts on the podcast, man? You think it was okay? It was good, bad? Let me know.
Podcast is pretty good. Obviously there's opportunities where we can, improve on things, but overall it's really good. Want more people to, get into it and to come over and join us and give their opinion because obviously we're open to gamers that are gamers that are not fanboys. So we definitely did a pretty decent job and want more people to join in the
Oh,
future.
got it. All right, now, like I said, if you guys want to be a part, please make sure you let me or Brooklyn Boss know. And also be sure to be prompt. Make sure you stay in contact with us because we do not um, want to have you guys joining in too late. All right, so that's just a little heads up for you guys. Okay, be sure to follow me on Twitter. I have two accounts, 210LG, and also UNF_LG. Shout out to the squad, Soldiers at Game Squad, Miss K, Miss Lynn, of course Brooklyn Boss and myself, Fat Boy Gamer, B Shadows, and Miss Nia, Miss Coupon, everybody there. Also Miss Terranite, Zach Terranite on Twitter. He's always shouting us out, and I definitely want to take the time to say thank you for that. All right, be sure to also follow me on Facebook, 210LG, and be sure to keep it locked right here on my channel, Music Vlogs and Gameplay. Still working on the Gamers Paradise mixtape. Gonna be looking at a certain release date for that for next month, and I will be having more info on that as soon as possible. And also looking forward to dropping another remix for you guys. All right, so be sure to keep on the lookout for that. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for us, and we see you guys in the next one. Peace and God
Peace.
bless.